we start, I think. Okay, timer starts. So my name is Bartłomiej Kuczyński, called Koziołek. My blog, my Twitter, please do not tweet, because there will be a notification. And it disturbs you, not me. Okay, I'm a Java developer, architect, and today I would like to show you some very nice tool that we use at the last year to build a bank. But we will not build a bank nowadays, because I think it could be a very nice story about having the idea of one of our customers to create the shop. Very simple application. We have the REST API, because everyone needs the REST API. Few components that represent customer, card, some kind of the warehouse, order, and payment. We don't care about the payment, okay? This is something external. I just put it here because I need it for other reason, but not today. So our customer create a simple Spring Boot application that has a few classes and generally works. Let's take a look for this application. We call it GeeCON single, this window. And this is a very, very nice application. Maybe view presentation mode. As you see, one package, some order, some API. I don't know, the customer controller. You could create customer. You could get customer by something very, 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 very simple. But he grows. Good for him. Yes, his business grows, and this first version was good, but he need more developers in his team. So they hire more developers. Yes? And what happened? Probably Zbyszko talked today at the morning about what happened if you put more developers to your team. You lost, in some moment, possibility of the communication in a team. Why? Because they need more communication. There are much more paths to of communication. So sorry, but communication, it's not only one thing that you miss, because if you put new developer to your team, think a moment, is it fast to teach them your product, your code, your code base? Even if it's an expert, senior developer, they need few days to up to few weeks to learn everything about your code. It depends on the scale of the problem. So, of course, we have many solutions, many tools that help us, yes? Because this flexibility that we will talk today starts in the code, yes? And we know these tools. It's dry keys, solid, TDD, BDD, design patterns, all those object-oriented BSDM. And this is nice. Who knows what is a design pattern? Okay. Who knows these rules like dry keys, solid? Hmm? Yeah, it's a band. Exactly. But what about the code organization? Yes. Think a moment. If you go to the project that has quite a big code base and everyone commit to this code base, many teams, what is the problem? We could create the logs. We have the merge problem, yes, and conflicts. So that's why we have distributed systems like JIT, yes, distributed version control. Who uses SVN today, nowadays? 1, 2. Great. You understand it directly, yes? If you use a JIT, you could have similar problems, but you have this branch model, JIT flow, etc. But tech need the solution. What we do if how we solve the problems in the IT? There is a universal way to solve the problem in IT. Who knows what is it? No. We call the consultants. It's pretty simple. So we call the consultants and they say, okay, your problem is that all your application is in one jar, in one project. Let's change it. Let's add the Maven modules. Who is the Maven modules in the project? Or Gradle modules? Yeah, it's nice. So let's go here. And now let's try to find this. Open recent. I don't see that. Whoops. Not the problem, because I could just import this project from existing sources. And this is Maven search Maven next. Think. What we wouldn't like this stuff like this, and this. Do not import Maven project to IntelliJ before you make a MV and clean, because you will get all those unknown projects that are technically the POMs from the target directory. Yeah. Finish. Yeah, this window. Why not? Okay, so they think a moment about that. GeeCON modules. So they create the modules of the project. Yeah, we have the REST API as previous with exactly the same code. REST API, customer controller. It works. Yes. Now I could assign different teams in my organization to the different modules. Big companies sometimes do something like this. You are responsible only for the card or only for the customer. But the problem is a little bit different, because the problem starts here, I think. Take a look. This is my dependencies in my REST API. Implementation. My main project is still depend on the implementation of the modules. Yes, because my modules looks like card implementation and interfaces. So I separate. I could say to my client, say, this is an interface package. Yes, use it as our API. So my clients could take the interfaces, use it to write the code, but still they need the implementation. Okay, when we grow our application, we would like to be scalable. Yes, the flexibility means that we could scale my application. Very nice. The good flexibility gives us this scalability. Of course, there is two types of the scalability, more or less. Vertical, when we put our code to the better machine, yes, more CPUs, more RAM. And horizontal, when I go to the cluster, yes, use more machines. And many people, when I ask them about flexibility and possibility to grow of the application, they say, we could do that, yes? And whole that microservice architecture is designed for growing, yes? I have my microservice, I put that dozen of instances if I need, and then I need to decrease. The problem is that in some point of the development in the last year, we lost the possibility to decreasing our application. We need a lot of tools just to start our application, because we have cloud, an example. Yes, so we need all those tools around just to run our application. I know, I was here on this Micronaut presentation, on this Helidon presentation. Guys, show brilliant tools. Yes, I have one question. Could you start this tools in the many instances on your laptop? Probably yes. Manually? Probably yes. Yes. But you go to the production, you use, I don't know, Docker Compose or Kubernetes. So could you use Kubernetes on your laptop? Yes. But Kubernetes would like to use the methods to assign the virtual resources, because this is your runtime. Could you run the methods on your laptop? It's hard. Okay, so let's take a look to the history and how the people try to solve this problem in the history. And one thing. The next few slides could provide you a mental illness. Okay, first, who knows this stuff? Yeah? Okay, or this stuff? Wow, yeah, AJB 2.1. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the problem is that when people create the first bin, they need to answer to the very simple question. When you should use remote bin and the local bin, and this technically kill the AJB. Why? Because you cannot answer when to use remote bins. You know when you should use a remote bin? Are you sure? No. And local? No longer, because I don't know too. Yes, you don't know too. Why? Because we don't know the context. When we sit and start build the plan of our application as architects, designers, developers, we don't know almost anything. We know nothing. We are the Jon Snow of business domain. Yes, so try to answer to the simple question: which two components should stay on the same machine? If you start to think what components I have, you don't know that. But you need to decide these two components must be deployed on the same machine. Impossible. Second reason why AJB died. Third was the Corba, by the way. But this is for another talk. And this is a fundamental issue, and the solution is quite simple. Let's make everything remote. Why? Because remoting is more scalable, more flexible, yes? I don't care where the component is. I need to only know how to call them, yes? Using JNDI, using some Java remote call, but it's easy. By the way, microservices nowadays use the same stuff. You have your service bus, your service Eureka, service discovery, yeah, thanks. You do exactly the same stuff that we did in AJB 2.1, but a little bit better, easier, yes, and more polyglot in the code. Okay, so let's call these consultants who help us to migrate from this nice multi-modular product to the real microservice product, real service-oriented product, real scalable product. Yes, because if someone say microservices is something quite new, no, it's not true, because the first paper about the service-oriented architecture is in 1968, I think, after some conference. Okay, let's call the consultants, and they say, "Whoa, man, whoa, what the crap?" Yeah. Okay, and they will try to JLupinize our product. Yes. The question is, okay, let's start the code. If something fail, then fail. I don't care. Live coding is nice, so we have this code like this. And let's try to create a new project. JLupin arrives with the plugin for the IntelliJ. There is no plugin to the Eclipse or NetBeans. Why? First, because guys who create the JLupin work in the environment where everyone uses IntelliJ. Second, when I ask them why you don't have a plugin for the Eclipse, it's quite popular in Poland, they say, we don't have a time to do that. If you like to do that, you are welcome. Okay, standard project and 3-layer project. Let's make a standard project. Group, com, GeeCON 2018, JLupin, demo, platform. We need to download the zip with JLupin. Not this. It's quite big. It's 140 megabytes, something like this. Let's next. And now we could add our services. Yes, our blocks. First, REST API. Let's add them. Next, it's a customer. Add and say storage. This is a simple version, full version of this tech application I have on GitHub. Now we make only part because the full application is just replaying the code with a little bit different business logic, but we don't care about business logic now. We care about the tool. Next, demo 1, finish. Okay, this window. Okay, this window. It's take a moment. First thing, I create. Remember, yeah. First thing, I create 3 services, but then in the 2 separate windows. The first one, the REST API, was it's something called servlet microservice. Servlet microservice is a simple Spring Boot application. It's Spring Boot starter. So, fun fact is that if you take a JLupin and you would like to use all those nice Spring tools like Hystrix, I don't know, REST repositories, etc., out of the box, yes, even the Spring Cloud. If you really need the Spring Cloud, you could use them here. So the migration from the Spring is quite easy. Okay, I have something like that, and I have 2 other types. One other type of the service, it's the storage and customer. They are native services. Native means they are just Java application with the main method, with the Spring context inside. Yes? But if you would like to run the application written, I don't know, in the Ruby, you could do that. JRuby. JavaScript with .js, you're welcome. There is a connector for that. You need to use Rhino, by the way, but why not? Okay, I have my customer, I have my storage, and now what I could do here, let's say I would like to create the place where I would like to store my clients, database, whatever. I need the gateway to my database. So let's create a new service, called it customer storage. Okay, they create the empty interface, and of course, let's say that we have a collection of the what? Persisted customer view. View, yeah, and this is all method. We don't have this persisted customer view, so let's go and create this POJO for that. And that's all. Yeah? By the way, public. This must be public, yes? Okay, we store it, okay. And now we would like to implement that somehow. There is, yes? The tooling create for us implementation, empty implementation, and when we add the method, then IntelliJ add this to the class too. Okay. And now, let's make one more switch. Because, of course, we will not spend time here to writing this application from the scratch, this window. Customer storage service. Zmienił się? Myśli. Okay. And now it's ready. Customer storage service. Yes, this is an implementation. Simple Spring Bean. I make some tricks. Now I would like to explain it. First thing, because the configuration based on the string, as everything in a Spring framework, then I need to add static field with the bean name that will be used all across my services. It's the first thing. And second thing is that I need to add something called storage const, and they will store the name of the service that I will use in the rest of my application. Why? Just because it's a string-based configuration, and if I make a misspell, then I have a problem. Yes. Okay. Let's say that. Okay, I don't need the storage. It's sad part of our code. I need to go to the customer. I have a read customer, and take a look. I just have this customer storage service here because here I have my dependency. Where is it? Here. To the interface. So if I add the dependency to the interface, I don't care about the implementation. Yes? Other team could go and say, we would like to write it in the something strange. Yeah, I don't know. Ceylon. It's a language on the JVM. Why not? If you compliant with the interfaces that you define and gives me, I'm good with that. Yes. We would like to write the stuff something in Scala, yes, or in Java. Write the interpreter of the brainfuck and run it in the JVM. Yes. You need to be compliant with the interfaces because I care only about the interface package. My interface package contains, of course, I missed that, platform, integration test, my storage. My interface package contains only two things, the interfaces and this strange information and the oh my god, and the bean that is a DTO, yes, something the data the struct that I use to communicate with my. Don't look at this at this service. Yes, we don't have a struct in the Java. Sad, but we could do that in this way. In the interface level, no extra dependencies. Okay. But what happened, and give me the possibility to create this implementation without the dependency to the implementation. Take a look to the Spring configuration. My Spring configuration contains something called JLupin client util. This is a static class that generates remote and use something called JLupin delegator. This JLupin delegator is a magic that communicate with the platform and send the request from your code to the proper process somewhere in your infrastructure. Yes. Fun fact is that this delegator is the load balancer too. So you don't need any type of the load balancing in your environment. they know how to balance the calls to the microservice. Yeah? Next thing, this. We use in the JLupin binary communication under the hood. No more REST API to communicate internally. Yes, if you know the protobuf, it's quite similar, but much more easier. Yes, much more simpler. Okay, but what is it? Okay, let's say I have my service and I would like to say people, you could use this service in your services. So I need to say, by the way, this is created by the plugin too. I need to say them this, and this is the list of all interfaces, all the beans that you expose to the JLupin environment. We will back to this in a moment. Okay, this is simple. This bean do the job. Yeah, they just delegate something. We go to our REST API, source main, and the same. We have in configuration. We have this bean. Yes, in customer controller we have auto wiring it, and we could use them. Everything. No extra code to communicate. Yes, just simple Java with one small line in the configuration file. The plus is that the big advantage is that JLupin does not polite your code by himself. They polite your configuration and this stuff. Yes, the project structure. But you technically could just drop this additional files folder, and you have common Maven multi-module project. Yes. Okay, what is the additional files? It's a configuration of the stuff. Yes, the communication, how to start, the startup options. If something went wrong, you could just change it and it works. 2 version because on the hot swap. Yes. Additional class path, blah, 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 some verification, read pool, basics, and custom configuration of log4j. Okay, I would like to run it. How to run it? Where we are? Test. One moment. Okay, now it's good, yes? Okay, and we are here. So first thing that I need to do is to run the platform. Yes, I need some environment where I will run everything. So I go here, go to the control console, and say node status unavailable. Okay, node start. Okay, and that's all. Platform started. We need to wait a moment because probably I have something on that platform. Node status. Cannot connect, still cannot connect. No, it's not a problem. Workspace presentation, GeeCON 2000. Okay, now it's available. Status enable. Okay, started. Takes some time because if you have some services on a platform, then they say I'm started when all the services start. Yes, we don't care about the result of this starting. They could fail but everything must be must try to start. Yeah. Okay. What we have here, micro list. Okay, we have some services, but we don't care that. Let's we are here. Okay, mvn clean install. Voila, everything. Now we start to redeploy everything. it's easy, yes? I have a tool in my IDE, I have a tool in my continuous delivery system, because this is a plugin for the Maven, so I could pipe it in Jenkins and it works. It's take a little time because, of course, they need to repack it and deploy stuff to the server. Yes, this is a drive operation. And start it. By the way, you know how much bugs, how much errors appears when the Spring Boot starts under the hood? 60,000. Yeah, that's why the Spring at all is so slow. They need to catch everything. And the reason is because they scan the class path and try to match your bean with the big list of the interfaces that they could implement. But they do it in the easiest way, instance off, and the cast. Okay, they start. It's not bad. Success, success, success. Okay. Let's go here. So what is the JLupin, technically? Let's think about the stuff that we have. On the, bad idea. Here. On the base, we have infrastructure. Then we have some kind of the microservice platform and our code, microservices. If we split that a little bit, our infrastructure goes to be the hardware. We don't need that, yes? We are serverless, computerless. Yes, it's not true. Then we have some kind of the virtualization. We don't need that. Our provider do that for us. Then we have the resource manager, and this is a place where we start to think, yes, because this is a invoice point for the many infrastructures, yes. Then we have some kind of the runtime, some microservice platform that give us all those stuff that we need to communicate our business code, this small brick at the top. Technically, it looks like that. We have our microservices from the top. Then we have some Netflix OSS with the Spring Boot that we call the Spring Cloud nowadays, yes. Then we have a Docker, Kubernetes, Marathon. We have a Mesos. That's why I asked at the beginning, could you run the Mesos on your laptop? It's quite hard. And of course, the virtualization and the hardware. The role of the JLupin is to encapsulate these three bricks in the one thing. Yes? So the rule is that you should try it at home, and you need only PC to run everything. Yes, you should start your application on the laptop with all platform dependency. Yes, you don't need to think how they charge you on some cloud or how the cloud works, how many cores you have somewhere. Yes, no, everything that you need to the first tests before going to the test environment happens on your laptop, and this is complete. If something is wrong, if you find a bug in the internals of platform, you can see it on your computer, yes, without any remote debugging, etc. Okay, with almost all dependencies, of course, because there is some dependencies that are quite hard to run on the laptop. I don't know. Mathematical cluster, yeah. Why not? Raw hardware virtualization is an option, but it's quite good. Yes, but in the virtualization, I talk about something like VMware, VirtualBox, stuff like this, not the virtual resources. Yeah, all in the box. Tools for ID, integration, build in cloud, and this is funny thing, because JLupin has two versions. This is a dual license. You have the community edition that say you could have 2 instances of your microservice in your infrastructure, no more, and many instances of JLupin itself, or the commercial license, enterprise license that say, okay, we don't care. Yes, we give you a tool, do everything with that. Okay. So we don't need a cloud technically, yes, because we have a laptop, yes. There is no cloud. This is another person's computer. Now it's our computer. It's great. The maintenance of that. I show you how to deploy that using a Maven, but there is one more thing. You could just upload the zip to the platform, microservice upload, and say a web control zip. I think it's it, and just say, okay, upload me this zip to my environment via STP. It's uploaded. Crawl list. Okay, web control is down. Micro start web control started. Yeah, and now they start the next Spring Boot application. Okay, it's easy because you make all those commands remotely. Yes, so if you have a very specific environment where you cannot use direct delivery from your Jenkins, or you need to send the file to the corpo repository, and then another team get this jar, go to the server, manually upload it, manually make an integration test. Yes, this is normal in banks. They can do that, yes? Okay, it started. Great. Let's start. I set up the zero downtime. Let's make some small test. I'm workspace. I have a small script. This is a script that will call our API, more or less. I see that I need to change one thing. Create customer, because of course we need the port 8000. And we will try customer flood our application by creating the customers. Yes, this is not a professional benchmark, not professional test. I would like to show you something. But before that, let's take a look what we have here. We have some kind of the Swagger API, Swagger UI. Yes, there is all the customers. This REST API say that we have some customers. Now we have some customers in our database, because I make a test before the presentation, of course. But let's make something like this. I will run this flood, customers flood. I say 10,000. It's a start ID. Yes, they will create continuously from this ID. Oh, start. Okay, they start to creating customers. Okay, and now I would like to make something like this: mvn clean install minus pl dot customer implementation. It's good, or yeah, it's good. So I start to redeploy my service, and now I said that there is some kind of the hot swap of that. They stuck. Yeah. Question is why. One more time. Oops. It failed. Yeah, live coding. We love it. I have. Yeah. Probably something like this. No, we have a memory. Okay. One more time. They die. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look what happened. microservice list. Maybe node is dying. It happens. No. Sorry, page are looking is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Ooh, something bad. Live coding. But it works before the presentation, you know? Okay. Node let's terminate the node for the moment and make some cleanup in one place. I'm pretty sure that it's connected with a problem that we discussed before with Jarek. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I dropped the database now. Yeah. Node start. And by the way, node started. Okay. We have this tail server out. Okay, we see that they start some they start the web control. Okay. By the way, the web control in the moment. Everything is storage by operating system. Okay, it looks nice. Start, rest by operating system. And now it's moment of the true. Okay. Run. Okay. By the way, take a look at this, Nginx. There is an edge balancer here that say, I don't care how many instances you have under the hood, I will balance the web stuff for you. Okay, now we have it. Oh, and it's back. And it's empty because I dropped the database. Yeah? Great. Now, I would like to... You don't need that. I would like to start float from 1 and make this. And take a look what happened. I say about the live redeploy. And now stuck completely. One more time. Yeah. Probably something wrong. They think. I don't know why they think so long. Okay, you need to trust me. By the word, we could try it after the after the talk, okay? Because we are on the time. Okay, web console, local host, not that. Yeah. Open. And the only thing that you need to maintain at the beginning with the admin at the beginning is, of course, change the password and change the SSL certificates, yes? And we have our application. They show us that we have something here. Make it smaller. Could we make it bigger? Yes. This is our application from the point of view of the web console itself. Yes. So we could analyze. We could say, okay, on our node, this is a utilization of the node, utilization of the and status of the microservices, memory, treat usage, services. I think we could restart it from here. Everything is running. I'm not care about. Oh, it's running. So let's try it one more time. Run. Now it's stopped. Okay. I know. Okay, I know why it stopped, because they stopped the microservice when I and they hang on this request. When I work as a developer, I don't have time to wait for the code. Yes, I would like to make a very fast restart. If I work on the production, I would like to make one different thing. I would like to restart without downtime, and let's try to. Okay. Sorry, not available. Okay. And now, if I restart it, you take a look. There will not be something called terminating. There will be a restarting. Yes, and it works a little bit different. And we will talk about that in a moment. Yes. And of course, we have a project configuration of all the stuff. Okay, how the JLupin works, how does application switch works, etc. When we upload the microservice, we have something called process manager that say, okay, it's uploaded. Then we say, okay, service start. JLupin start the new process, hard, normal system process. Then say, okay, process is started, and they try to switch the routing under the hood from old instance to the new instance. And then send the seek term to the old instance of the service. Seek term say that, okay, I will wait with the closing the process until you process all the requests. So you not miss the request if you make this redeployment. It's called the blue-green redeployment, I think. And when the old process is done, they flash all the responses. It's okay, okay, okay. You have new instance that works. Okay, other stuff, edge balancer, as I said, it's an Nginx with the balancing of your web application, so you don't need any stuff. JMX extractor for the JMX communication. There is something new called reactive channels and reactive queues. They base on the web flags, etc., and web sockets. And the questions, I think this demo was horrible. I will try one more thing. Because we changed one thing. Show me the Swagger UI. Think. Okay. Got all. Try it out. And I need this port. Here. That was a port. Something like this. Yeah. Now, if we start to flood and try to redeploy it, they shouldn't die. Whoa! Okay, take a look. No project, okay, because no Maven in this directory. Here it works. Create. Okay, the creating customers, not hanging on. As I said, in the production mode, they say, okay, something missed. Yes? Okay. It works. Yes? It's continuously you could process your stuff without any problem, almost. I think it's still better than the lot of different tools, yes? And last thing, is it production ready? Yes. There is 2 banks in Poland that use that tool and one on Lithuania. And this is a quite big installation, over 400 machines each. So it works. Don't lose my computer. Okay. Thank you.